We are welcome to another shiur of our Monday night edition. We are in the HILULA of the OrHachaim HAKADOSH. We're in over Rabbeinu Rabbi Ben Atar, the OrHachaim. And as usual, tzaddikim, Gdolei Olam, Anshe Shem, we light candles, Lezichram, Leilui Nishmatam. And don't think it's something simple to say Leilui Nishmat Tzaddik. The tzaddik lives for the people. I mean, the tzaddik wants to be within us. He wants a dira b'tachtonim. He wants to be within us. What does he have to do already over there? Learn Torah, maneh beziv hashchina, yes, yelchu mechayil l'chayil. But the tzaddikim, as the Zohar HaKadosh in many places brings down, that the tzaddikim really reached their great lofty level because they were mezaked arabim. They joined the people, other people, to be shomer Torah and mitzvot, and it's very easy to do that. You know, we think to make a person closer to Hashem is so hard. We have to find a person that's mechalel Shabbat, and we have to go to him and say, "You are mechalel Shabbat." You have to give him tochecha. That could be a way, you know. I don't know how effective that would be. You have to learn Hilchot Tochecha. Make sure there's nobody around him to be. You should be embarrassed, and you have to say to him, you know, face to face. You have to put your eyes down, that he shouldn't feel like you're mitnaseh alav, that you're trying to be above him. Mitzvah Tochecha. The Gemara says in Masechet Erchin, I think, that Abaye says, I don't know if anybody in our days know how to give Tochecha. Rabbi Akiva in his generation says, I don't know if anybody in our days knows how to give Tochecha. But there is an easier way to be mezaked arabim. Tochecha is one way. It's a mitzvah from the Torah. There's another way to be mezaked arabim. If you have a shiur, you're going to a shiur Torah. Say to a friend, say, listen, there's going to be Chinese food over there. There's going to be this, there's going to be that. Come, listen to shiur Torah. What do you have to lose? He likes it. Get closer to Hashem. He doesn't like it. Send him to another speaker. Baruch Hashem, this generation is blessed with speakers. No, there's never been a generation like this, right? Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. So therefore, to be mezaked arabim is simple. It's simple. And to be mezaked arabim doesn't have to be something, I took him from a total secular Jew, an atheist, a leftist, white privilege, a guy who believes in white privilege, to a person that he believes in Hashem, Torah and mitzvot. No. You know what Chazara b'tshuva means? A person who didn't say Kriyat Shema bizmana, and now he started to say Kriyat Shema bizmana. That's also called Chazara b'tshuva. Why do we believe? What is this with our heads that we believe that in our generation? What it means to become close, to bring a person close to Hashem? That he has to be totally secular, and now he has to be totally religious. I hate that word, but we'll use it just for the lack of a better word. No, religious, bring a person chazar b'tshuva means even from one mitzvah. One mitzvah, Rabbi say, one mitzvah. If a person didn't know what the mitzvah of borer was on Shabbat, you taught him what's mitzvah borer, he learned what's borer. He didn't know what nida. If he didn't learn, I was teaching a person a couple of days ago, Helchot Tarta Mishpacha Chatan. And I told him, you know, there is a halacha that a person has to do mitzvah pirya v'riviyah. There is a thing in kids' in their heads these days. You get married, right away, we have to wait. We have to wait. Where did this come from? I said to him, first you have to go to a Rav. You have to ask him, do I have permission? It's a mitzvah d'oraita. Who gave you mitzvah? Who gave you the permission to be doche, to put a mitzvah aseh? Person gets married, he has to right away have children. Right away. She's in college. He's at work. They can't find a babysitter. What? The person who brought the being, God, who brought you to this world. That's not a person. The being that brought you to this world cannot provide for you. He provided for you. Yes, it's being recorded. He provided for you your whole life. He cannot give you a babysitter. He cannot. If there is a will, there is a way. You know what he told me at the end of this year? He says, Rabbi, you know what? We were thinking of doing that. Now that you said that, we're going to ask. He says, what rabbi should I ask? Ask the rabbi who's marrying you. His koach is in your marriage. You have to ask him. He's mechaten you. You have to ask him. If he doesn't know, he has to ask somebody bigger than him. I can give you a suggestion, but if it's big shoulders to say to somebody, don't do mitzvah perevia. Correct or incorrect? Correct. It's a rhetorical question. So we have to understand mitzvah hocheach tichuta mitecha v'lo tzalav chet, mitzvah of chazara b'tshuva. It's even small thing, the smallest thing. If you convince a person to do correct shema ala mitah, tzitzit. If you convince a person to wear a kippah, people today don't want to wear kippahs anymore. If you convince a person to mikayem mitzvat, I don't know, not eat chametz on Pesach. I remember as a student in college, lo takum pa'amayim tzara. When I was in college, there was a student in my Hebrew class, and they didn't keep chametz on Pesach. They ate chametz on Pesach, and I was surprised, and I said to them, it's the. He says, no, I have to eat cake. I like cake. American thing. You can't live without entenmann's. You understand? I can't stop eating cake. So I told him, did you know that today they have cakes on Passover? Passover kosher cakes that's even more kosher, that is even more delicious than the cakes you eat and it's gluten-free. It's gluten-free. You're saving the environment. Oh yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, you didn't know. Now you know. And they decided to keep not to eat chametz and Pesach. So even these small things you get. Now let's look at Shmuel HaNavi. Shmuel HaNavi was born. The Zohar says, this is a Zohar. Why was he born? Because his father, Elkanah, he convinced people to do Aliyah LaRegel. Now let's think about it. What's Aliyah LaRegel already? It's a mitzvat aseh. There's so many ways to get out of it. So many ways. You could say, I was too late, I was too this, I was too that. Because he convinced people to go to Yerushalayim 3 times a year. And for what they're going to go? To have kaif themselves. You know what he used to do in Yerushalayim 3 times a year? Do you know? They say a festival. You know those festivals? This is not a festival. This is supposed to be the greatest festival in human history. Thousands of Jews doing ala esh everywhere. Eating in each other's houses, having fun, drinking together. V'samachta bechagecha. They say whoever didn't see simcha, happiness, in the Simchat Bet HaShoeva, the festival of Sukkot, never saw happiness in his life. Wow. For the rabbis to make such a statement, you have to have pretty big shoulders. That means there was mamash simcha. And Pesach, whoever never ate Korban Pesach never tasted chayim b'chayim shelo. He never tasted what it really means to be in a seudah. And Shavuot, the Shtei HaLechem. So therefore, Rabotai, to be mezakeh the rabbim, it's very little. All you got to do is convince another person, come to a shiur, hear a shiur, send them a shiur. I once made a small clip, and this is also with OrHachaim HAKADOSH, because this was his life mission. When he was in Livorno, Italy, he wasn't giving shiurim on halacha. He was giving 3-hour-long shiurim, 3-hour-long shiurim on drash. But not like today, people have a theme and they rip the theme for 3 hours, from subject to subject. He used to give 3 hours in a row to OrHachaim HAKADOSH, to be mezakeh the rabbim. To be mezakeh the rabbim, and we're going to see such stuff about him today, such chidushim about him. B'ezrat Hashem Yitbarach. You guys are here to listen. I'm so happy, it's your zechut. You sponsored this shiur, so that hodaya, Baruch Hashem saved you and your family. You guys were sick with COVID, and Hashem Yitbarach, you were in a tough time, and Hashem, you're making a sort of hodaya. You're saying thank you to Hashem. And look at you. You did it out of your heart. Look how many people are here today to be joined. It's not the Chinese buffet. It's you. So it's the Hashem. They're here. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. So Hashem should see your thank you. The meaning of a Jew is to say thank you. The meaning to be you. What's Yehudi? Hodaya. Hodaya, to say thank you. First thing, R.Shalom Aru says, first thing you teach your children is to say the word Todah. Now I can't teach my youngest daughter to say anything else. All she says is Todah. I say Abba, say Ima. No, Todah, she says. Okay, Baruch Hashem, this is the best thing. So the OrHachaim HAKADOSH, all of his life, he had one mission. Mezakeh the Rabbi, Mezakeh the Rabbi, Mezakeh the Rabbi, Mezakeh the Rabbi, to bring more people closer to Hashem, more people closer to Hashem. It's not a wonder that the Baal Shem Tov said about the OrHachaim HAKADOSH that the OrHachaim HAKADOsh was from Ruach Da'atzilut. We over here, we teach about Atzilut, Bezia, or OrHachaim, Shari Kedusha, we teach. Ruach Da'atzilut is something called Zihara Ila'ah. What's Zihara Ila'ah? When Adam HaRishon was in the Gan Eden, when he was by the Eitz Hadat, we know the famous Midrash. The Midrash says that there were two trees in the middle of the Gan, right next to each other. Eitz Hayim and Eitz Hadat, Tovera. Adam HaRishon was created right after Hava was created. This is a span of about an hour. Suddenly, Adam disappears from the story. It's like he's not there. Where did he go? He went to sleep? He woke up so early for Shaharit, he needs to go back to sleep. The Leshem Shova Achlama said he went to fight Kochot HaYetzer Hara. But by doing that, he made a problem called Yichud. Adam HaRishon. This is Leshem Shova Achlama says this. He made a problem of Yichud. What's Yichud? When a man is together with a woman that's not his wife, in the same room alone, in a closed room, it's called Isur Yichud. It's the Isur of Yichud. Adam went. Where was he? You just got married. You're not allowed to leave your wife for 7 days. At least. They say a year. Bukharians like to say for a year. But yet they go, The Leshem Shua Chama said he went to Harrei HaChoshech. He went to the mountains of darkness to fight the Yetzer Hara over there. What does that mean? It's not a shiur for our. It's not our shiur right now. He left Chava alone with the Nachash.
In the room?
In the Gan. But the Gan is a closed place. Nobody's in, nobody's out.
She shouldn't do that.
Yichud, Yisur Yichud. He broke the Yichudosh shel Olam. You listening? He broke the Yichudosh shel Olam. Because when you Mekayem mitzvat Yichud, it's like you Mekayem the Yichud shel Hashem. Nachash was alone with Hava, but Nachash also had manners. The Midrash says that Nachash, he went over the last commandment in the 10 commandments. What is that commandment? Do not covet your friend's house, your friend's maid, his servant, and his wife. Whenever you see your friend's wife and you covet her, that means you everybody here knows.
Desire her.
Thank you, Rabbi. You're going over the mitzvah of lo tahmod eshtrecha. Not exactly, because lo tahmod, the Gemara Matzah says you have to do an action. But b'pshat, it is over the Yisur of lo tahmod, and he did do an action. What did he do? He went up to her, and he said, "Why are you not eating from the tree? I see you looking at it. Take a bite." What gave the Nachash, the snake, the Nachash HaKadmoni, the primordial snake, the right to say that? Why? Because he was the Eved. He was the servant of Adam. Nachash haya arum. He was the most. What's arum? We say sneaky. Arum doesn't mean sneaky. Arum means actually ba'achicha b'mirma. What does Rashi say? Bechokhma. He was the smartest. Mirma, which is arum, means chokhma. It means he was the smartest. The Nachash. And he left her alone with the Nachash. The Nachash had a plan to be with Chava and to take the step, the place of Adam. He wanted to take the place of Adam HaRishon. Chava listened to the Nachash. She tested it. You know how the kids say these days? You come to them, they want to do all the averot in the world, and you tell them, we talk about this on Shabbat. We wanna make a mistake. We wanna feel with the mistake. We don't want the advice of the elder generation, but the Torah says, Sha'al avicha v'yaged lach, Sha'al avicha v'yomru lach, v'zekenecha v'yomru lach. I botched up the sentence. Apologies. That means you have to ask your fathers and your elders, what should we do? No, we don't want to hear what the older generation has to say. They're dinosaurs. It's the new thing today. They're dinosaurs. We wanna feel it. We wanna feel it. We wanna feel what it means to make a mistake. We wanna feel what it is to make a mistake. What happens? She makes the mistake, but Adam didn't do the mistake yet. He didn't eat from the Eitz Hada'at. She was strict. Let's say she was strict. Feminism, we have to give them the benefit of the doubt. She made a mistake. Adam comes. He eats from the Eitz Hada'at. The HAKADOSH in Shara Gilgulim says at the moment that he ate from the Eitz Hada'at, all the nishamot inside of him became a mishkababel. Like an isa, like a dough. Like you mix everything, it looks like a dough. Everything became this one. You have a nefesh from Cain, ruach from Hevel, neshama from Chanoch, chaya from I don't know who, like David. Everything became a mishkabal. Only one person in human history had all nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, yechida from one shorish. Do you know, guys, know who? David?
Yosef.
David Amelech? No. Yosef? I'll give you guys a. He was in Amorah. He was one of the Amoraim, one of the writers of the Gemara. No.
What?
The Ari says there was only one.
But I don't have everything.
He could have everything, but even with...
The Zohar said he fixed all the 5 styles for the nefesh.
He could fix in 5 different pieces.
No. His own source. He called Rachamana, he called Malka.
Okay, I'm going to say what the Ari says. The Zohar says, I agree, but I'm going to say what the Ari says. Hillel is a Tana. He's a Tana. Abai. How did you know? How did you know?
You texted the answer there.
See that? Abaye. Abaye was the only human being, says the Ari. She had nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, yechida, all from one shorish. All from one shorish. But interesting, halacha never follows him. Never. Except in Ya'il Kagam. 6 halachot inside the whole Gemara, and the Gemara is called Havayot Avayi Verava. The fight of Avayi Verava. The conversations. And all the conversations they had, Rava always gets the halacha. Right.
And Avayi do
Ya'il Kagam. 6 halachot follow Abaye. That's it. But 6 big ones, not small ones. L'chaim, Rabbi. So, I'm here to tell you guys something even bigger than that. At the moment that, why did I tell you guys all this? At the moment that Adam HaRishon was about to eat from the Eitz Hada'at, some say it was a etrog, some say it was a grapes, it was a vine, some say wheat, okay? A lot of pshatim. Gemara and I think Chulin brings it down. The Ari says there were a bunch of souls that went away from him at that moment. They weren't in the sin of Adam HaRishon. And the Baal Shem Tov said, and Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, that he was one of those neshama. He was one of those neshama. When you say that somebody is ruach the atzilut, he's ziyara ila'ah. Ziyara ila'ah was not in the chet of Adam HaRishon. That's unbelievable. Now sometimes you say, like, how come there are some rabbis, their commentaries in the Torah or on the Gemara, they're accepted? You know how many books we have in Judaism? You think we have a big library? First of all, we have the most extensive library in the history of the world. The most extensive. Even with all the goyim taken from us in Oxford, this, that, all the libraries of the world, just in our libraries alone, till today, we have the most extensive library in the world. Do you know of all the books that were not published, that were burned, that were destroyed, that didn't see the light of day, would have been published? You know how many books you would have? This room, without exaggeration, would not, maybe 5 times the size of this room, just pages. That's how many books. Do you know how many Rishonim we have? Rishonim. Achronim, twice of them. You think the Geonim didn't write anything? They wrote plenty. Where are they? Where's all the writings? If they wouldn't have gone through so much persecution, you know how many writings we have today? But Hashem leaves the writings. What He wants should be given over to the next generation. That's why we Sfaradim have to be so proud of ourselves. We were born Sfaradim. No offense to the Ashkenazim, of course. We love Ashkenazim, Ka'avat Ahim. But what is the one book that's accepted throughout the Jewish world besides for Chamisha Chumshei Torah and the Gemara and the Mishnah? The Shulchan Aruch. Thank you very much. The Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Karo. The Sfaradi. And not only that, his predecessor, who was the Rambam, was also a Sfaradi. We're all called Sfaradim because of him. The Rambam, there's more, I heard in a lecture by a very famous historian. He said there are more commentaries written on the Rambam than there is in the 5 books of Moses. It's unbelievable. Rav Ovadia Yosef is close to our generation. You know, we have the right to say to our children one day, it has to be a moment of proudness that we lived in time of Rav Ovadia. And not only that, he had 1 million people in his levaya. That's something that we don't know ever happened in the history of the world. They say, this, that. No, they could say whatever they want. It's never been recorded such a thing. Ashkenazim, Sfaradim, Tzionim, Hasidim, all the 1 million Hasidim, all their, even Goyim were there.
What about, Moshe Rabbeinu?
We don't know.
No, like at that time,
Moshe Rabbeinu, there were 600,000 men, there this, that, absolutely, but we're close to our time, we're saying close to our time. You're going 3,338 years ago, Rabbeinu.
You said the history, be careful.
I'm saying close to our time. Don't get me out of the context. I have a lot of, criticizers today. Baruch Hashem, it makes me stronger. We got to build it up to him. This is not just Rabbi Chaim bin Attar. This is not Friday night. You know that, right? Of course. So, actually, I have almost a half an hour. So, get ready for the long haul. Yeah, for the end of the shiur, Well, we just started. So, first of all, the fact that Rabbi Chaim ben Attar, and I want to connect this to our Mashiach shiur, our Mashiach series, because Rabbi Chaim ben Attar, because we've been going 3-4 shiurim, I don't want to break it, but I also don't want to connect it. I've got really weird messages. In my previous shiurim, one guy claims he's Mashiach, I don't know, this, that, a lot of crazy stuff out there, So, we want to make this shiur to the point.
For normal people.
So first of all, we have a masoret, a tradition. The Rabbi Chaim ben Attar and the Baal Shem Tov of their generation, every generation is a Mashiach. Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David. I was once in the shiur and the rabbi over there was very upset when I mentioned the idea of Mashiach ben Yosef. Remember that shiur? And he was very upset at me.
It's
and
the Siddur.
That's true. The Siddur is approved though. So, and I texted the rabbi afterwards. I sent him an email. He never got back to me. He was very against it, and the reason why he was against it, he was very close to the Rambam. And the Rambam only mentions one Mashiach. It doesn't mention 2, so it's understandable why he was so. But we have a Gemara. Gemara Masechet Sukkah. We had a Siyum Masechet Sukkah, right? Siyum Masechet Sukkah. You did this past Mincha of Shabbat, Shlishit, and the Gemara mentions Mashiach ben Yosef. It mentions Mashiach ben Yosef, and the Gemara says like this: Tanu Rabbanan. We learned in a Braita. That means this is not just a midrash. This is a Braita, Anybody who knows the history of Torah Shebaal Peh, we know we have Mishnayot, Braitot, Toseftot. Tanu Rabbanan always means a Braita. A Braita is something that's ironclad. You cannot move from it, right or left. This is the Braita. This is something taught in the house of the Tanaim, not of the Amoraim.
What is the translation of Braita?
Braita is a manuscript. It's a manuscript. Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in the Braita. Mashiach ben David. Mashiach, the son of David. By the way, you guys should know one thing I have to explain to you. Mashiach is not only said to a king. What does Mashiach mean? Mashuch, anointed. A Kohen is also considered Mashiach. By the way, Koresh, the king of the Persians, that allowed the building of the Beit HaMikdash, Hasheni, was also called in the Navi, what? Mashiach. He was also called a Mashiach. Hashem said, I anointed him from Shamayim to build the second Beit HaMikdash. The Persian. He was Koresh. And then Haman stopped. Because She'atid lehigalot bimhera, look at the Lashon of the Braita, that will in the near future be revealed. That means the Chachamim were very careful to always write in their works that the Mashiach is not something in the far future if we want. Beknishtahada, a group of 10 men could do it. All we need is a group of 10 men. So you say the Tanaim couldn't do it, and the Amoraim couldn't do it, and the Geonim couldn't do it, and the Rishonim, Aharonim, who are we to do it? Biduk Hafuk, just the opposite. B'Shivi'im Nefesh, with 70 men. What's 70 men? The Ari says 70 Shorashim, 70 roots. 70 root Nishamot, they went down to Mitzrayim. What did they get out with? 600,000 Nitzotzot. We don't need 70 Shorashim. We need Nitzotzot. The more anav you are, the more bitul you have. The more you want to mivatel yourself, to nullify yourself to your Rebbe, to your parents, to the elder generation. Ask your predecessors, know what's going on. And we see the exact opposite in our generation. They want to, Esav wants to erase its old past. Forget about the Jews. Esav wants to erase its past. They want to break down the monuments, Mount Rushmore. They want to destroy everything. This is the destruction of Esav. There is a light at the end of the path. What is that light? What do we have to do? Do we know what we have to do? We do. It's called the Torah. The Jewish people don't have to get involved with politics. We don't have to get involved with nonsense. We know what we have to do. It's been in our hands for 3,300 plus years. The Torah HaKadosh. What are we getting involved in? Your actions in this room. What actions? To say a bracha, to do a mitzvah, to put on tefillin, to keep Shabbat. Not to keep Shabbat b'di'avad. To keep Shabbat mamash. That's going to change the future of everyone in this whole country. Of everyone, not in this country, in this world. Forget about the world, in the whole solar system. Forget about the solar system, in the Milky Way. Forget about this Milky Way, in all the Milky Ways. In all the galaxies. Everybody gets changed. From what? Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech ha'olam she'akol niya bidvaro.
Boom.
Everything changes. Thank you for the sound effects. Everything changes in one shot. So it says over here in the Gemara, Mashiach ben David, Shadid Nigarom Yamenu. What happens? Omer lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu. God will tell him one day. Sha'al mimeni davar. Ask me one wish. This is not a genie. This is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He says, ask me one thing. Ask me one thing. The Gemara says. Ve'eten lecha, I'm going to grant it to you. Shene'emar, it says in the Pasuk, Asapera el chok, ani hayom iladeticha, sha'al mimeni ve'etna goyim lechalaticha. Ask me, I'm going to give you the whole world in your hands. You, Mashiach ben David, I'm going to give you the whole world. You know what he asks for? This is the true Mashiach. Kivan shera'a Mashiach ben Yosef shene'erag, when he will see that Mashiach ben Yosef is dead, Omer lefanav, he says in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he doesn't ask for anything. He says, Ribono shel olam, einei mivakesh mimcha ela chayim. I only ask from you one thing, life. Omer lo chayim, at shelo amarta kvar nitna. Until you haven't already asked it, you wanted chayim. But don't worry, your great-grandfather David HaMelech already asked for this. Shene'emar, chayim sha'al mimcha natata lo. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Gemara already talks about Mashiach ben Yosef. There is going to be a Mashiach ben Yosef. And this Mashiach ben Yosef is going to die. He will be killed. That's going to be the test of our generation. Mashiach will be mitgaleh, according to this Gemara, and he will die. And when he will die, we're going to say to ourselves, that's it. This is what we were waiting for. He's dead. And then Mashiach ben David will come and say, what do you want? Chaim. Now, you guys learn Torah Hasod in this Bet Knesset, in this shul, in this small little shul. I want to ask you guys, Lefi Hasod, according to the Sod, what's this connection between Mashiach ben Yosef and Mashiach ben David? Which sfirot do they connect to? Gar and Vak?
Yes.
You're getting to the Rashash already. We don't want to jump so high. We want to get to the... We're simple people. We want to just get to the 10 sfirot.
I would think Malchut and Yisod.
You see that?
Shor
Neshama. Shor Neshama.
What is it?
Yesod u'Malchut.
Okay.
I said he's in the Rashash, so we're young. Yeah, we got Mashiach ben Yosef is the Yesod. He's Rabbi Chaim Lamashal, Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. Mashiach ben David in this story is the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh. He's the Nefesh Atzilut. If the Yesod and the Malchut don't combine, there is no tikkun for this world. There's no tikkun. That's why you see Sfaradim, we're very nice. We're very good. What's the number one thing we give shiurim on? Shlom Bait. You go to any Sephardic shul, once a week, except for this place, once a week there has to be a shiur how to live in your house together. Why? In your house, you're the Mashiach ben Yosef, and your wife is the Ben David. You're the Yesod, she's the Malchut. And you have to learn. And then in your house, you're going to have Geula. What's Geula? Redemption. That's why the Gemara says, it's worse to have in a person's house kids that go off the derech than Milchemet Gog uMagog. Why? What's Gog uMagog to do in my house? We're talking about world wars over here.
Yeah.
Your house is a world. And the war you have with your spouse is a war. It's a world war. And when your kids see that, that's Gog uMagog. That's the Gog uMagog. When Yosef and David don't want to combine. I want to tell you guys something from this week's parasha. You know, the tribe of Shimon, they made a very big thing. They messed up big time. Right at the end of the 40 years in the desert, they made, with the Bnot Midian, whatever goes on in New York City. And what happens over there is that, Midian, first of all, you have to ask yourself a question. What's Midian doing over here? Wasn't the whole problem with Moab? What did Midian? Well, right? What's Saudi Arabia doing over here? You got Moab. Moab is a bit far out, to the western coast of Syria over here. Like, what's their connection over here? Suddenly Midian pops up. Rashi says Midian hated the Jewish people. Sinat Mavet. They hated them with a sinah of death. Sinah of death. How do we know? When Balak sends emissaries to Bilam, who does he send? Zikne Moab, Vizikne Midian. He sends both emissaries. The next morning, who do we see going back with Bilam? Only Moab. What happened to Midian? They said, we don't believe in curses. We want action. We want to get to the Jewish people in action, you know? We want action. We want to see the green on the table. Curse. Why curse? We want act. We don't believe in kishufim. We want action. Plus, they had a vendetta against Moshe. Why? Moshe's wife was from where? Midian. Moshe's father-in-law, Jethro. Not Jethro on over there, you know. Yitro.
Jethro.
Where was he from? Midian. And he was the Kohen. Imagine the Pope converts tomorrow. Imagine what they're going to do to the Jewish people. Imagine. The Pope says, forget about it. The cross, yalla habibi. I'm converting. Brit Milah right now. You're 85 years old. Don't worry. Yalla habibi. That's it. Brit Milah. Huh?
He's going to live 2 minutes after this.
I'm going to tell you guys a story right now. You're going to say about 2 minutes right now. Okay? Daka. Imagine what kind of, first of all, Kiddush Hashem. The second of all, what's going to happen to the Jewish people? These Midianim, they were tzorarim. You know what tzorarim is? Almost worse than Amalek. The next level of Amalek is Midian. The next level of Amalek is Midian. What do the Midianim do? They send all their... They don't just send the girls. They send their princesses. That means we want to make Am Yisrael Choteh Umachti. We're not going to just send the regular folk. We're going to send the aristocrats.
First class.
The first class. They send the first class. And what Pinchas does? Pinchas sends the Romach. You know what the Romach is? The big shashlik. And he sends over there. He gets him. However, what does Pinchas do? He does what he has to do. What does HAKADOSH Baruch Hu tell him? Hineni noten lo et briti. Rabbi says Shulam over here. I like it. Sfaradi Ashkenazi. He's making the tikkun. He says Shulam. He gives him briti shalom. What's shalom? Shin ayin vav neorin. Shin ayin vav neorin. 376 lights. Gematria Esav. Gematria Esav. And shalom is another name for Yosef. And the Navi Ovadia says, before Mashiach is supposed to come, this house of Joseph is going to be a spark that will light the whole house of Esav. That means the 10 tribes have to return before Mashiach. Are you from Shevet Yosef? I don't know. I don't think so. We say we're Yehuda Binyamin. Those ones are those ones. But all the 10 Shvatim have to return before. This is a must. A must. V'shafti shvut bet Yaakov. The Navi Yecheskel says, I will return all Beit Yisrael. Well, me and you were Beit Yisrael. We're 2 tribes, Yehuda and Binyamin. What happened to the other 10? We got to bring them back from the other Nar of Sambatyon.
I don't know the name.
I don't know what you're talking about. But, I want to tell you guys that the Mashiach over here, Mashiach ben Yosef, he's one of the people. Rabbi say, come on. It's impossible to give a shiur like this. I know you guys are excited. It's been a couple of months, but you know we have to. You lose the train of thought. Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, he was known as Mashiach ben Yosef. Why? Because he was Ruach da Atzilut. And Rabbi Baal Shem Tov was known as Mashiach ben David. In his generation, every Mashiach every generation is a Mashiach. I want to read you guys something from the Shem HaGdolim of the Chida HaKadosh. You know, in my stream, I like to mention a lot of times the Chida HaKadosh. Rabbeinu Chaim Yosef David Azulai. He says on Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, Ir ve'kadish, a holy man. This is he never writes in a person in his generation except for 3 people. He wrote a historical book, a historical account, Shem HaGdolim. Only on 3 men he wrote of his generation: Baal Shem Tov, Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, OrHachaim, and who could tell me the 3rd one? He's gonna have a special nishama. I want to see. Who could tell me the 3rd person of his generation? I mentioned a lot of my shiurim. Who is the 3rd person in his generation? He wrote in his historical accounts of Tzaddikim. Ari, you're close. Rashash. I didn't think any of you would get it. He got it. The Rashash, Rabbeinu Shalom Sharabi, he writes about him in his book over here of Shem Gidolim. What does he write about Rabbi Chaim ben Atar? Irve Kadish. Va'ani at-Tza'ir, the Chidah says, I am the young man. Zachiti va'iti b'yeshivato. I was learning in his yeshiva. He came to Yerushalayim. He opened up a yeshiva over there. And the Chidah learned in his yeshiva as a young boy. Ve'enai ra'u gdolot. My eyes saw a great man. Torato oker hare harim. His Torah would break open mountains. There was no rabbi that could stand in front of him. K'dushato hafle ofele. His holiness was something that I never experienced. He lived in time of the Rashash. And he's saying to Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, V'lefi doreinu haya lev harav mav'id b'talmud. He was a master in Gemara. In our generation, we never saw something like this. V'aya k'ma'ayan mitgaber. He was a fountain that never ceases to bring forth water. V'hen ba'avon ador, because of the averot of the generation, the Chidah writes, Kim'at shachav. He almost passed away in B'chodesh Tammuz, and today, and this day of Tammuz, the 15th of Tammuz, Ala Shamayim, he passed away. He was how old? 47 years old. He didn't have even one child. His wife didn't give him any kids. And he wrote many books. Many books. His mind in Torah was something unbelievable. And he was Havdalah, Kiddusha, Ma'inei Olam Hazeh. He had nothing to do with this world. He would fast 3 days in a row every week. He used to do Tanit Hafsaka every week, 3 days fast. And his nephew was Rabbi Elazar di Avila, who was almost in his level in Kiddusha. His nephew in Morocco. Rabbi Chaim ben Atar, by the way, I gotta tell one thing. We have a minhag when we go to the Kotel HaMaravi, we write a petikvit. See, you went to a lot of Ashkenazi seminars. You write a kvitel, you put it up, and you put it inside a rock. You know where that started from? From Moshe Rabbeinu. There was no kotel. It happened from Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. There was once a person that needed a zivug. He wanted to be mekayem mitzvah prayer. You should know one thing. The great Chachamim say, anytime you pray to Hashem for worldly matters, wait for the next F train to come for your thing to come. True. But when you pray for spiritual matters, Hashem answers you right away. So the Chachamim say, how come when you pray to get married, I gotta wait. I'm praying for spiritual matters, I want to get married. I want to mekayem to prayer. The answer is, you're not praying for the spiritual matters. Huh? You're praying for the physical matters. You're not praying to be mekayem mitzvah prayer. You don't care about getting married to do Hashem's will. You have a whole list. She has to look like this, have this height, go to this school, resume, picture, this, that. You don't care about HAKADOSH Baruch Hu. If you did, when you would have prayed for it, it was like you're praying for something spiritual. It could happen right away. Happen right away. The fact that you pray for your own worldly pleasures, that's why it doesn't happen right away. Nah, it's a couple of single guys over here. I see they want to put some arrows inside of me. You're going to have to wait for the next shiur because we're going straight to Rav Ovadia says, I know, I'm saying for everybody. Yeah, we're doing kavanot. Do kavanot. Do a couple of kavanot. Do a couple of rashash if you want. Next, the OrHachaim HAKADOSH, it says about him when he was, I want to read you one more thing from the Ma'arechet HaSfarim of the OrHachaim HAKADOSH. He says over here on the Sefer OrHachaim, Pirush Torah lerav hamuflach Hasida Kadisha Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. ובפולניה, in Poland, מחשיבים את פירושו הרבה. וזה על ידי החסיד הקדוש הבעל שם טוב. That means already the Chidah writes that the Baal Shem Tov had a connection with the Neshama Rabbi Chaim ben Atar. Now, I want to tell you guys one thing. I know I was going to say this in the beginning, but we went off on a couple of tangents. There's a famous story of Rabbi Chaim ben Atar that he was thrown into a den of lions. Den of lions. And the lions didn't touch him, and they didn't eat him. And then the Moroccan king of Morocco, put those advisors into the den inside, and they made out of them shashlik. Let's call them jigar. They made out of them liver. I want to tell you guys something. It's a mitzvah, a very big mitzvah, to say a story that belongs to the right owner. This story has been written many generations in the name of Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. The story is false. It's not true. This didn't happen to Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. It happened to Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. Rabbi Chaim ben Attar's close relative, the Chida writes, and this is why I bring 5 candles besides for Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. And the tzaddik right now sees this. I guarantee 99% there's nobody in the world right now that says this. And for this, it was enough just to come to the shiur. Lachzir aveda leba'ala. To return a lost object. We're doing hashavat aveda right now. There was a rabbi called Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. He was a rav in the year of Fez. Fez is in Morocco. He was, the Chida writes, Melumad benisim. He was a miracle worker. V'kama niflaot shamanu v'ra'inu mimenu. We heard many niflaot in his name and that we saw. V'gam machar p'tirato, even after he passed away. This is Rabbi Chaim ben Attar's relative, Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. Hen lemitpalel al matzevato, whoever goes to his grave and prays by his grave. Hen lenishba b'shem harav, whoever makes a neder, le'elui nishmat, Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar, miracles happen to that person. I'm giving you guys right now something to a hint. V'kayotze, this is not my words, the Maran Achida. V'kayotze dvarim niflaim, it says things that are wonderful. V'shamati mipi Rabbanan kadishei chachmei ma'arav, the Western rabbis, the Chachmei Morocco, ki haya ish Elokim kadosh, he was a holy man, he was a man of God. V'lo nehena b'kvod Torah, what was his holiness? He never got paid from the kahal. He never got paid from the kahal. Lo kibel askapav me'akabal, the kahal never paid him for a shiur, they never paid him to be a rabbi, he did everything volunteer. Vehushlach leguv arayot. He was the one that was sent into the lion's den. Not Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. Venitzol, and he was saved. The lions didn't eat him. Achar shenishar sham yom echad v'layla. How long was he there for? 24 hours. Vaya kadosh Hashem. He was holy. Gadol vaya nishbaim kol adam bo v'nishba. Whenever you know how people say, I swear in my mother's name, I swear, in his time they used to swear, I swear on Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. That's what's Rabbi ben Attar. V'nishba bo yamot. Whoever swears on his name falsely, they would die. Ve'od niflaot shamanu mimenu ve'kol ha'mishtateach al matzevato. Whoever prays by his kever, he sees yishuot gedolot. So, besides for talking about Rabbi Chaim ben Attar today, I know we didn't say everything we wanted to say, but you know, everything in his right time. We talked about also his close relative, Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. And what I wanted to say, and this is why I lit the candles over here today, I wanted to light a candle, because nobody celebrates Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. And there is a lost object, and especially when you're a historian and you deal with histories, a story is a lost object. That they say the story that he was sent into the lion's den in the name of Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. Habibi, you never learned Shema Gidolim. That wasn't Rabbi Chaim ben Attar. It was Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. And we're going to light tonight candles Le'ilun Nishmat Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar. And Bezrat Hashem, I'm going to light the first one because I'm very excited to do such a thing. I've been wanting to do this for years. And Baruch Hashem, we've been able to do this today. And Bezrat Hashem Yitbarach, we're going to see Yeshuot Gedolot. We're going to have constant Shmirah in our communities until Mashiach will reveal himself. And we're going to have Zivugim Agunim. We're going to have Parnasat Tova. We're going to have Shefarav. We're going to have Brachot V'Atzlachot. So I'm going to light the first candle for Rabbi Chaim ben Attar's close relative, because there's nothing more important to a tzaddik when you take whatever that doesn't belong to him and give it to its rightful owner. It's a mitzvah hashavat aveda. So I'm going to light the first candle over here. Lezecher Nishmat Moreinu v'Rabbeinu Ateret Roshenu Rabbi Yehuda ben Attar Zichuto Yagen Aleinu. Amen.
Amen.
And the second candle, I'm going to give it to the sponsor of our shiur. Come, light לזכר נשמת רבי חיים בן עטר and רבי יהודה בן עטר, זכותו יגן עלינו, אמן. May Hashem continue to bless your family. אשתך תלד לשלום בעזרת השם. לזכר רבי חיים בן עטר ורבי יהודה בן עטר, זכותם יגן עלינו, אמן. He was his great uncle.
Do we know when he died now?
He doesn't write the date. We live, come down. You have a lot of hatzlacha in your new place. A lot of bracha. Come. לזכר רבי חיים בן עטר ורבי יהודה בן עטר, זכותם יגן עלינו, אמן. אלא ברכה והצלחה ישועות גדולות. הצלחה in your new place. Come. Also you. Mikhail. Come. Yeah, light it yourself. לזכר רבי חיים בן עטר רבי יהודה בן עטר, זכותם יגן עלינו, אמן. יגן עלינו, אמן. ויהיה לנו הצלחה, ברכה, ישועות גדולות, very soon, זאת השם יתברך. כל ההצלחות. Put it over there. Last candle, come, we're going to give it to you. לזכות רבי יהודה בן עטר רבי חיים בן עטר, זכותם יגן עלינו, אמן. על הברכה וההצלחה, ישועות גדולות, עליו ישועות. We're going to end our shiur. Rabbi Hana ben Akashia Omer Ratzak. This is the Hod. Hi, everyone. I'm talking about Shmuel. I'm calling Zaman. Go Yadir. Torah Yadir. Kadish.